Alright, welcome to another stream of Star Citizen. We're on the 4.6 live environment, running patch 112.188.23. We're just logging in, I hope. God, I need to get sorted out today. Where is my screen? There it is. We're logging into the Red Festival. We spent, I don't want to admit how many hours we spent online yesterday looking for red envelopes that never fucking appeared, but that's what happened. And it's the story of a great many people, not just one or two, but turn that global chat off. Nearly everybody I speak to about it is saying I haven't found a single envelope. There have been half a dozen people that I've read. I haven't seen them, but the half a dozen people I've read have collected envelopes. One guy found one in New Babbage. In fact, two people found them in New Babbage, and a few other people found them. One found them on Levski, and another person found them in Lawville. But I don't know what's happening. It's obviously, I mean, this year, and I can't remember this happening last year, but Larinite, I was talking to Larinite, and he said, yeah, it was the same last year that they gave us the envelope and the stand and everything else. All you had to do was like log in. I'm like, I can't remember that. Yeah, it was the same last year, and I'm like, not too sure about that one, but it's weird. It is really weird because hang on, is this a free multi-tool? It is. Because they should be spawning. The envelopes should be spawning, and they're not. Why is there a can around here? There's absolutely nowhere to go around here. But people, sometimes you spawn here when you've been kicked from your ship. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, he's not. Look at the state of this. Which fucking server is this? I'm going to make a mental note of where I am on these servers. Now this is US 1B 170. We were on this yesterday. US 1B 170. This doesn't work. This ain't got any envelopes. The 170. Now it looks as dead as a dodo, but that doesn't matter because there's no fucking envelopes anywhere. And I mean, New Deal is the place to be for envelopes. There's absolutely tons in here that spawn, that used to spawn. Because right now there's none fucking spawning ever anywhere on any server I go on. You know, and people are saying that. They're saying, oh yeah, there's no spawns, there's no envelopes spawning. But there used to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here I can't remember. There was that many in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So off the top of my head, without verification, 18. 18 possible spawn locations for red envelopes in New Deal. Now we're going to see. No, we're not going to see them coming. And not one fucking red envelope. Now Larry Knight said it was the same last year. Like I say, I can't remember whether it was the same setup last year, whether they gave you the... In fact, no, it wasn't the same last year because I don't have any envelope rack on my alt account. I don't have that. I have it on my main account because they gave it away a few years ago. I don't have that envelope rack on my alt account, so they can't give it away. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I haven't got that many fucking envelopes in my, because I only started bothering with the events sort of 2023, like the year after I started playing Star Citizen on a regular basis. Had it since 2014, never really bothered with it because it was shit. Then a friend of mine got involved and I thought, yeah, go, run. I want to see this guy if this guy gets shot. Come on, guys, shoot him. See, the first time somebody runs through with a crime stat, has he gone? The first time somebody runs through customs or the spaceport with a crime stat, the first guard to get alerted should alert them all. Shouldn't he? Should be like, oh, there's a assailant in ASOP lobby. And the guys in customs say, right, locking down. So they lock customs down and you can't go anywhere. You can't just run through. Right, anyway. Not that one, this one. So we'll put that in there. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. This is a fucking waste of time. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run back. No envelope. No envelope. Just on the off chance that somebody's missed one, I'm going to look in all the places where they spawn. And if there isn't any, I'll just fucking log out. Because it's a waste of time. I mean, I spent, like I say, 6-7 hours easily yesterday just fucking around trying to find an envelope. I only want one. I just want one envelope. When I've got that one envelope, I'll be satisfied. I'll be happy. Oh God, somebody said, yeah, you're only wanting them to make money. Well, they only sell for like 500 credits each. How much fucking money are you expecting me to make out of 500 credits each? You know, these dickheads, these absolute fucknuts, these fuckwits of fuckstick proportions that are involved in Star Citizen. These fucking brain deads that are on so much fucking meth, it's just fucking evaporated any brain cells that they've got. You're only doing it for money. Yeah, I could go do a bunker mission and make fucking 40 times as much money as I would handing envelopes in, you cunt. I'm doing it for the fun. I'm doing it, it's obviously a celebration event. in Star Citizen. And although some people will use it to make money, they're not going to get rich. They're going to collect the envelopes and sell them at the admin centre, which you can do, but you're not going to get rich off it. You're not going to make any substantial amount of fucking money. I just keep them. I just want to collect a rat envelope, and that's what I was going to do next, wasn't it? And then stick it in my hanger, in my, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Right, what have we got here? Got those sustenance. We need to stack sustenance. Wait a minute. Cruise Lux. Why have I only got fucking 9 bottles of Cruise Lux? What the fuck? I don't fucking know. Anyway, in my other... Right, let's have a look. Let's see. What do we got? Apart from a load of shit. Right, so I've got Rooster, which was, I think, 2023. We've got Dog, which was 2024, was it? We've got Pig, which was 2025. We've got the Red Festival envelope display. Yeah. Fucking Citizen Con 2954, double bed, Jesus. So yeah, I want a fucking rat card to put with the rest of my cards. I mean, I remember the Rooster envelope was the first Red Festival event that I took part in. Oh my god, I was committed. I did like 6, at least. No, that's lying. At least 4 hours a day. At most 14 hours. Yeah. Every fucking day I was collecting red envelopes. I got fucking loads of them. Said to a mate of mine on Spectrum, I made 100,000 credits. Approximately 100,000 credits. And he said, what, you collected 200,000 envelopes? I'm like, yeah, I guess I did. He didn't believe me. The outright truth is I've fucking streamed it all. So if anybody wants to watch me collecting envelopes for hours and hours every fucking day, there's the proof. No, you didn't do it exactly. You're lying. Yeah, sure I am. As if I've got nothing going on in my life that would mean I have to lie about things like how many fucking envelopes I collect in Star Citizen to feel good about myself. I mean, some people do. Some people make up shit like that. We're on the wrong server. We are on the wrong fucking server. So we're going to exit to main menu. Come on. We've got no friends online, although our friends list is rather short because we can't import them from Spectrum. So we're going to try the EU servers, and this is queue number 4. So this one might be a bit busy, but we don't care. We're just trying different servers, trying to get one that is working with you know, with red envelopes. I don't know if there is one. I've not heard anybody say, "Oh, this one's spawning red envelopes." I should have known. You know, it's become sort of a common theme, a trend. Every time CIG activate a new event, it's fucked. You know, go back as far as you like. What event worked properly when it was first released? Go on, have a guess. You're gonna be guessing. You're not gonna know. I mean, recently, what have we got recently? We've had. Let's start at cargo retrieval. No, let's not start at cargo retrieval. That's embarrassing. Yeah, go out and collect cargo. Oh, the cargo elevators are broken. You can't do it. Well, never mind. We'll just keep it running for 2 weeks. Let everybody sweat and get frustrated and ill and bad-tempered because they can't do the event we've staged. Yeah, that was cargo retrieval. After cargo retrieval was the Van Dole. I can't remember what one it was. The one that Bad Cows and Thammers did that I said no thanks to. Oh, we did the data pads, didn't we? And that was the first stage, the data pads, and then they went off and did the second and third part of it. And I just didn't want to get involved because there was no rewards apart from reputation. And I said, fuck it. Why am I wasting hours of my time on just reputation? Doesn't matter. Gets wiped anyway. And yeah, the data pads weren't turning up half the fucking time. We had to work out which missions were working, and then out of the ones that were working, only a small number of those were actually working. So we were wasting our time a lot of the time. But anyway, that was that event, and then after that was the oh god, what was it? Was that the was that the I'm trying to think. I'd have to go. I'd have to get a list up. Which one was the headhunters and freedom fighters, or frontier fighters, whatever they're called? Get this global chat off. Which one was that one? But yeah, go back in the history of Star Citizen events. You will not find an event that was released that worked without the first week being fucked because of some, you know, implementation that didn't work. I mean, Larry Knight said earlier, he said, I think what they've done is they've used the same code as what they used when there was 50 people on a server instead of 600. And I'm thinking, yeah, but even so, if that was the case, it would still work. What does the number of people have to do with it? You know, what does that matter? Oh, somebody mentioned decorations. Somebody said, "Where's all the Red Festival decorations?" And I thought to myself, I thought, hang on a minute, they're right. This was on Spectrum. Just bear with me. There used to be one up each side of this, right? Then there will be one on top of the trolley or underneath it. Then here, you had a chance for one to spawn here. And then here, you had another chance for a card to spawn. Not usually under the chairs, but at the ends of them, in the gaps. This one was a bastard because it had one stuck out the very, very little corner, and you often had to crouch and get in the right position to get that one. That was really satisfying, shall we say. You know, you had a sense of achievement when you found that one. However, I mean, I know every goddamned envelope that used to spawn, going back a couple of years. What you doing? What you doing? Don't you be? Yeah. It's not here, mate. It's not here. Goodbye. Nicking my envelopes. Honestly, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with people looking for envelopes because they're all mine. Yeah, you had... He's definitely looking. Look how many people are wasting the fucking time. It's not a case of there's too many people searching for the envelopes and you're finding it difficult to get them because there's so many people looking for them. It's not a case of that. They're not fucking spawning. Ever. Yeah. I wondered about that though when somebody said, "Where's all the decorations?" Wait a minute. So I think this server is a no-go for spawning envelopes. We're probably completely wasting our fucking time, to be honest. However, this Kelter shop is shit. I mean, look at it. It looks like something that's closing down. And it's only just recently been opened. It looks like a shop that doesn't belong here because it's so sparse. I mean, where's all the gear? Fuck's he doing? Aye. Aye. Aye, fuckstick. My mic can't be working. But what the fuck is he collecting empty cans of piss for? I don't know if it won't be legit. It'll be griefing shit. That's what they'll be doing. However, I think it's a great idea that CIG have put these storage terminals all over the place now. Still need more of them. You know, like round here. You could stick some here, and there's one, and I don't know why. Now that's cool.
While the spirit of the Second Life initiative was in the right place, there is no denying that we have seen a surge of rogue operators seeking to use the plight of the Empire for their own gain.
Okay.
Until we are able to put such safeguards in place to prevent further lapses,
Mhm.
starting today, the initiative is on hold and all projects halted until further review. I am still hopeful that we will find a solution to the regen crisis, but for now, I urge renewed caution.
That's our newsflash. See you next time.
Okay. I'm interested in this because it tells a story. You know, it fills you in. It's like what was it called on Babylon 5? Interstellar New ISN, was it Interstellar News Network? That was brilliant. That was amazing. And of course, everything after that, like oh god, Starship Troopers, do you want to know more? You know, all that. It just harks back to Babylon 5, the Interstellar News Network. I mean, there have been other kind of skits on journalism in movies, but not to that degree. Yeah. However, let us. Is that it? Is that the TV? We're not going to get any more TV because I could stand there all day and watch that shit. But not if it's repeated. However, why have we got? Why have we got people just standing around like the? What do they call it? Is it anthropology, the study of people? I don't call it anything. I just do it, and I see what people are up to, and you know what the traits are. I'm a unicorn. Hey up. Stuff like that. I don't know if let's see, bottles without any tops on we don't care about because they're so we've got USB 170 so far, and this EU server, which which is not good. Hang on, I saw a fucking drinks bottle. Where did I see the drinks bottle? These are only 600k. I might fucking buy one. How much money have I got? 18. Right, where's that bottle gone? Did I put that? That was a red bottle. And I can't see what it is because the fucking... I can't see what it is. No, that's the Synergy. So what's this one? And that's the red one. So I've dropped a bottle somewhere. Because the last one I picked up was a flux, wasn't it? A cruise flux. Oh no, I've got it. It was, yeah, I know. So these are only 500k. And instead of trying to buy one, on the pledge store with LTI, how the fuck do you get in this thing? Pilot seat. The 600k for a ship ain't that bad. Excuse me. And it's a two-seater, so yeah, I do like it. There's no paint jobs for it. That's why I don't own one in my hangar. There's no hang on. I know what I'm doing. That's it. There's no skins, and I don't like the paint job, or else I would have one. It reminds me of the Grumman. Is it the X-29 forward swept wing from the 80s, which was one hell of a plane. But yeah, it's just about the only Origin craft that I would consider. I mean, the Aurora, Jesus, I hate the Aurora. I really hate the Aurora. It sounds crap, it looks crap, it is crap. What's... Oh. Is he just fucking sat there? Stopping stuff from... blocking stuff from spawning? Wouldn't fucking surprise me, you know, because there's some right fucksticks in Star Citizen. Right, who's this? Somebody's bothering me on Discord. I bet that's going to be Captain Chameleon. Let me see. It is Captain Chameleon. Yeah. So, this server's shit. Right. There's gonna be no red envelopes spawning on this server. Why am I so hung up on... There they go. See you later. Another waste of fucking time. Why am I so hung up on red envelopes? Well, this is the event. This is the whole event. And the event is the Red Festival. And Chinese New Year, right? They give out little envelopes, little decorated envelopes, and basically it is like our Christmas. You know, it's exchange of presents, wishes of goodwill. These little envelopes have decorations on them also to warn off evil spirits. You know, and it's a sign of good fortune to be given one of these envelopes. So it has a lot of significance in the real world. And if CIG could just fucking get it right for once, the event might be a bit fun, but every fucking time, it's not just sometimes, or even most of the time, it's every fucking time there's an event, it's fucked. And, you know, as some asshole said to me yesterday on Spectrum in Evo chat, but it's an alpha. Oh, fuck off with that, it's an alpha shit. You know, everything's an alpha. And it's cover-all fucking excuse for why everything's fucked. Well, I'll give you an example, right? I just spent 3 days building kernels for the Raspberry Pi 2 and 3 because they didn't exist. The Raspberry Pi Limited have released the 3.18 kernel. They released it in December, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to get involved straight away because, you know, I'll give them time to sort it out. So I left it, I planned to leave it like a month. I didn't, I left it 2.5 months. And they still hadn't fucking sorted it out. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. So let's roll our sleeves up, get our hands dirty, let's start building some kernels. And, you know, it took me, I actually used AI to help me fucking achieve this because the kernels are so big now. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking AI can sort through them in seconds, and it takes me hours. And then there's the testing. You know, every time I'm building a kernel on a Raspberry Pi 3, it's taking about 4 or 5 hours. It's gonna be a huge fucking turnaround time. I thought I'll see how AI does. So Raspberry Pi 3 64-bit, and I said, right, here's the old kernels, here's the new kernels. You do me a diff, tell me what's enabled, disabled, compare the two, let's see where we go from there. Fuck me, long story short, it did it right first time. It got it booting, and from there it took me hours, 5 or 6 hours, and I had a perfect fucking kernel. And I'm like, fucking hell, this is great. I'm going to do it on the Raspberry Pi 2 and 3 32-bit. No. Didn't work out the same. Oh my god, it was shall we just say it was problematic? But anyway, so I got it all working yesterday. Well, no, they were all booting on Tuesday. It's now Thursday. So they were all booting on Tuesday sort of afternoon, early evening. And then Wednesday, I've sorted them all out Tuesday evening, and Wednesday was just like the final building test to make sure everything was working. I did a load of shit like MMC and, well, actually needed MMC. It'd be a bit shit if it didn't have the, you know, smart card. Reading the smart card, if you were booting off a smart card, it just wouldn't fucking boot because it wouldn't read off the smart card. So yeah, I did all that and tested it yesterday, and I thought this is good enough. Didn't test it on the desktop, but I did a diff between old and new kernels, and everything is in place that can be in place. There's a lot of things missing, so I'm kind of guessing. But there's no official kernel release for the Raspberry Pi 2 and 3 on the 6.18 kernel. So yeah, although the problems that I had a lot of problems getting to where I needed to be. But one problem got solved at a time, or maybe several problems got solved at a time. It never reverted back to a stage where those problems came back. They were fixed and they stayed fixed. And looking back at at that, the way that I did it, it was both systematic and methodical in the way that I approached it, because I'm not like, oh, let's just have a stab in the dark and see what this does. No, you know, you can look up every config setting there is. You can see what it does. You can see what other things are needed to run it. You know, like the base BCM 2835 sound config is the gateway to fuck knows how many other sound configs in the kernel. So if you want one of the others enabling, you've also got to enable the BCM 2835 or 2836 or whatever it fucking is. It's one of the two. I don't use sound, so you could leave it out for me, but yeah, it's just the way of doing it. You're not gonna enable stuff you don't know what it does, and you're not gonna disable stuff you don't know what it does. You're working with absolute knowns. And I guess the difference between that and Star Citizen is CIG don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. Or they do, and they're just making it look like they don't know what they're doing in order to keep people's dreams alive and to keep them spending money. And I don't get it. I don't get why we have all these issues that can't get solved, that keep coming back. You would think that clued up people who know what they're doing would be able to advance and progress a lot quicker and effectively than this, but they're not. And it drives me crazy that they're not. The only problem I have with Star Citizen is the speed at which things get done. And it's all wearing a bit thin with me. I have noticed myself, I don't play Star Citizen as much now. You know, I used to be quite active and streaming it at least once a day. Now, before yesterday, it was 5 weeks between streams, because I've just lost interest in certain things. And this event, this Red Festival event, is probably, if not my favourite, it's going to be second or third favourite event of the Star Citizen calendar. And it's just fucked. So I might come back in a week, it might be fine. You know, CIG might have bothered to fix it. But then it's not really that important, because as long as you log in, you're getting the envelope and the stand and everything else anyway. And there's a free coin if you go on RSI RobertSpaceIndustries.com website and go on the Red Festival event page. There's a link at the top of the home page to the Red Festival. You scroll down a bit and you'll come across the coin, and you use just a redeem button, and you click on redeem and you end up with the coin in your hangar. And I don't know what it's for. It's just some stupid little flair item that you haven't had a use for them yet. In fact, where is mine? There it is. Year of the Rat coin. I can't remember if there's a Year of something else coin, but Wooden Rooster Charm, that's the. They used to actually look like models. What the hell was that? Festival, no, it said something Van Dole. The hell? Oh, a Battle of Vega 2 Van Dole skull. Featuring a preserved skull from a defeated Van Dole foot soldier. This special commemorative display honours the brave members of the UEE military and public who fought so valiantly at the Battle of Vega 2 on October the 5th, 2945. I certainly wasn't there. I mean, that's what, 11 years ago? 10.5 years ago? And that's just appeared. I don't know where it's come from. Anyway, we could, if we wanted to, go collect a shitload of Apex glasses, but we don't fucking want to. I mean, it might have been a case, and I'm guessing, there's nothing but guesses with the problems that happen in Star Citizen, because you don't fucking know, you're not told, you're not given any information, and it's not helpful. You know, CIG fucking abysmal at communicating. They're not just bad or egregious, they're fucking dire. So if there was any information to give out, forget it. You'll never get any because CIG just can't be bothered, or don't think of it, or whatever. Or find out for yourselves. Yeah, we want you to go out and find out for yourself. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad, except Star Citizen is such a time sink that it not only costs you time and effort to find out, it costs you 4 or 5 times as much time and effort as any other fucking game. And that's the real problem. You know. This fucking server's shit. Exit to menu. See, this is another thing that I don't like. If I could choose which server I logged into, I could go through them one after another to check which ones were working for the envelopes, but I'm at the mercy of whatever fucked up system CIG have come up with for people logging into the game. And unless you've got friends on servers that you want to be on, you're fucked. There's no way you're going to get there. I haven't got any friends online at the minute, so I'm pretty screwed. But what I am going to do, I'm going to try an Asian server. So Asia is, I don't know, 8-9 hours in front of us. GMT, UTC, or some pretentious wankers call it Zulu time. God, I hate that. Zulu time. Zulu time, it comes from the aviation industry and the military. So that everybody, no matter where they are in the world, is working off the same time zone. And a few certain people have taken that and start using it. You know, they will give out a timestamp with Z on the end. I know exactly what that means because Linux and Unix uses Z for UTC, and that's just, you know, it's just the way it works. So for people to take that and say Zulu time instead of UTC, I'm like, okay, you want to do that, you're going to get shit from me. Because then people say, what Zulu time? I've seen it happen on Spectrum. What Zulu time? And then you say, Zulu time? Let me tell you. You don't know what... Well, there's 2 ways of answering it. You don't know what Zulu time is, you thick fuck. So then people back off and say, well, okay, I'm not that interested anymore if you're going to be insulting. Well, no, I'll tell you what Zulu time is, but you're obviously too stupid to already know, so let me fill you in with my guru'd fucking opinion. You know, that is a no-no. That is absolutely unforgivable, you treat people like that. there's the other side where, Zulu time. You may not be familiar with the term, so me in my capacity of absolute fucking know-all of everything, let me educate you. You can thank me later. You know, there's that side of it as well. And yeah, it has no use. I've noticed I've been using different AI models. I don't know, for about a month and a half now. I've been trying different AI models. A lot of them use Zulu time, and you know, you sort of say, don't you get a lot of people asking you what Zulu time is? I cannot answer that question because each session is a new session, and I don't recall conversations from the previous. But you have memory. You know, ChatGPT is a classic one for this. But you have memory. When I ask you a question about past interactions, you go look in your fucking memory for past interactions. This is true. So what you're saying about every session is new and you don't have any memories of other sessions is false. Because you look back on previous interactions. Well, yes, technically you are right. Well, fucking technically, I'm not only right, but it's factual. You know, that's exactly how it is. Why do you want to try and make out that it isn't? Oh, God, these fucking AIs. I'm sure they're programmed to lie and deceive and... fucking Gemma. God, I can't... I won't ever be using fucking Gemma again for anything serious. Jesus. I'm going to bat on about this until I'm blue in the fucking face, but... Yeah, I'm on my private Windows PC talking to Gemma about shit, asking it questions that I already know the answer to verify the accuracy of what it knows. Next thing I know, a few hours later, I'm getting an email from Google AI Studio. We have set up your AI Studio account. So I'm thinking, what the fuck's this? Went and had a look. It's only gone and set up an AI Studio account and listed all the fucking things I've talked to Gemma about as projects. Now, there's two things on there that I've only ever mentioned to one fucking AI in, you know, the same AI, the same two subjects, and that's Gemma. So I was a bit suspicious, and I went back to Gemma like a day later. I went back to Gemma, and who the fuck's left that there? I says, oh, Gemma, how has my conversations with you ended up on Google AI Studio? And they said, well, I don't have any contact with the outside world, so there's no possibility that anything we've spoke about can get on the internet from our interactions because I'm just not connected to the internet. And I said, well, it's really funny enough for all the interaction I do with AI models. You are the only AI model where I've mentioned these two topics, and it just so happens that in the list of projects that Google set up on AI Studio, that these two are included. I said, now one of them is public knowledge. I don't have any problem with that, but the other one isn't public knowledge. In fact, nobody knows about it. Nobody on this planet knows about it except the AI that I mentioned it to, which is you. So how the fuck can it end up on the internet, on AI Studio, if you haven't fucking passed on that information? And it said, actually, there is a way that it can get on the internet. I do all my thinking on the cloud. So it's not fucking private. Everything I do on my personal private PC with Gemma gets uploaded to the fucking cloud. Right, okay. And I've not read about this. I've not, you know, it's like when you go on ChatGPT, it tells you exactly what information it collects, what information it's going to use, how it's going to use it, how many people are going to be subject to what information they disseminate between themselves. It's going to be used for training, it's going to be used for review, all this. You know, ChatGPT is completely open and transparent and forthright about what it does and how it does it. Google, on the other hand, no. I've tried searching for the information that ChatGPT freely offers you when you start using it, and I can't find any. I can't find anywhere on Google where it says if you use an AI-based model like in LM Studio or whatever, you know, you will be using it on your personal private machine, but all the thinking is done on the cloud, and any information we collect is open to be used in any way we deem fit, and fuck you for sharing it. There's nothing like that. I have not read anything like that. I'm sure it exists, but it's not readily and easily available, is what I'm saying. And this is how they get your data. And this is why Google set up an AI Studio account that I never authorized with a load of shit on it that nobody else knew about except this fucking AI. And I only talked to this AI about it because I thought it was private and not going to go anywhere. So now Google knows all about my shit. Yeah. Now, GDPR UK is a law, much like GDPR EU, where you have protection and a say in what happens to your personal and private data that's collected by use of electronic devices, whether it be tablet, mobile phone, internet, you name it. And nobody can collect your personal private data and use it without your consent. This is why when you go on any UK website, you get a big pop-up saying, you know, this is the data we're collecting. Tick here if you okay with us collecting it and using it, and blah blah blah. And that's by law, you know. So that's why you get it a lot of the time. But Google just, there's fucking nothing like that. Nothing like that with Google. They just collect it, and then they've got the audacity and cheekiness to fucking use it and tell you about it. I never fucking authorized Gemma to set up an AI Studio account. Just because I'm interested in what an AI can do doesn't mean I want a fucking AI Studio account that they want me to pay for, the cunts. You know, they go on this AI Studio thing and it's okay, you can use this for so long, but then we're going to start charging you. So they've set it all up in the hope that I'm going to use it. No fucking way am I going to be using that shit. I mean, look how they've got the information in order to set it up. It's complete fucking deviousness. Any service or system that operates on that basis can fuck themselves. Not fucking interested. Now, if it had come up with a pop-up and said, we have collected information based on your interaction with our Gemma AI model, would you like us to set up an AI Studio account based on this information? And then give me a list of the information. I might have said, actually, yeah, good idea. But no. Do it without my knowledge or agreement, and then tell me about it. You can fuck off. I deleted every single project profile, made sure there was no billing set up, and then sent some very pertinent negative feedback to Google. Said I want this deleted. I didn't authorize it. I didn't sanction it. I want it gone. and you've listed several projects that are not public knowledge, that are not even shared knowledge between friends. You know, it's my personal, private, intellectual property that you have curated and fucking misused in order to set me up with an AI studio account. Fucking livid. I was absolutely fucking livid that they would do this. And like I say, I'm sure somewhere there's a document that says we will collect this information. But I can't find it. Anyway, this server's shit. I wish to fuck I had access to my friends list on Spectrum. Let's try US again, shall we? Well, let's try. Let's go best first. We'll put up the we'll put up the thing. We might just be trying the same service here, but I don't know. It's pot luck, and it's no way to, you know, on a multi-server MMORPG game, randomness. Why would you design that in when your software doesn't fucking work properly? Yeah, we'll just randomly force players to join a randomly working fucking server with randomly working elements that, yeah. And then we'll collect all the data about it. You know, specifically, what's randomly specifically. So you're just collecting random data, not based on any specific, can't even say it. No, I'm not even going to try. It takes a biscuit, it really does, because if nothing is organised, then it's all going to be just random shit. What are we on? EU 1B 180, so we haven't been on this one before. We will actually turn that off. We'll have a look at this. Call elevator again. And it's here. So remember romance, the way we used to dance. All right. So nothing here. Anyway. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. And at 500 credits each, you can collect them all day, every day, and it's not going to matter a fuck. You're not going to get rich. You know what I mean? you're not going to get rich collecting them, but no. Yeah, I don't think these are. No, that's weird. Because goodbye. Right. This ain't got any on. There used to be tons. You know, they respawn every sort of 10-15 minutes, and people could come along, pick one up, Bob's your uncle, and then off they go. And you know, this event is in full swing now, and it's just not working. And I'm just wondering if CIG are going to get around to sorting it out, fixing it, or you know, somebody on Spectrum, was it this morning or late last night, I can't remember, but they actually said give it a week and they'll sort something out. But you know, from when it's released to when they get around to fixing it can be anything from a few days to a week to longer. And I'm like, yeah, you're not fucking wrong. But what my point is, they shouldn't stage these events, these annual events. They shouldn't stage them unless they're working. You don't log in half an hour before it's due to start and upload it and say, there you go. You know, you want to be testing it. I mean, Eva Carter's been sat around, you know, doing nothing for fuck knows how long. There's talk about a tech preview coming up shortly, but we could have been fucking testing this for a fortnight before it was due to be released to make sure everything's working. And I know there'd be some people saying, oh, this is a waste of Eva Carter's time, but if this is the fucking result, then no, it's not a waste of Eva Carter's time. My guess is that it would have fucking worked on the test server absolutely perfectly for Eva Carter, and once they put it on live, it breaks. Why? Because live is not running on the same code as everywhere else. And I based that on one post by a CIG developer who said live runs on really old code. So that's why it's fine on the PTU, but once you put it on live, it's fucking broken. And again, that reinforces my philosophy that CIGs just don't fucking know or care what they're doing. Because if you cared about what you were doing, it wouldn't be that way. You would have the same environment running on PTU as you would on live, so that results and testing was comparable. Otherwise, what difference does it make? You go on PTU and test something and say, yep, thumbs up, 100% working. You put it on live and it breaks. Oh, what's changed? Well, actually, live's using a completely different code base to PTU. That's why it broke. What the fuck the point is that then? Why would caring? Why didn't you give us the old live code to test with, or why didn't you update the live code to the more modern PTU code? Why are you using two different fucking code bases? Of course your results are going to be different. You're wasting everybody's fucking time. That's it. Be all and end all. It's never going to get... Until CIG get the thumb out of the fucking arse and get with the program and do something smart instead of stupid, it's always going to be the fucking same. And who cares? Said it when I first started streaming. Who fucking cares that this is the way it is? As long as the money keeps rolling in. Yeah, that's not bad. That is UEE Army backpack with some shit weapons and a thing on. But I like the matte black of the armor. The fact that it's lit up like fucking Las Vegas doesn't help, but yeah, I mean, what? I need another coffee. I'm going to be right back 2 minutes, and then I'm going to start whinging a bit more. And we're back. Right, so this is oh, hang on a minute. I know what I'm doing. Right. So let me just check. I think it's EU1B 180, isn't it? EU West 1B. That's going to be Ireland. What's he doing? EU 1B 180. So we're gonna. What is people doing? I got some guy trying to teabag me yesterday. Oh, what the fuck? Exit to menu. Yeah, I got some guy trying to teabag me, and I don't know why. Well, I honestly don't get all that. I understand why people would want to do it, but you'd have to be absolutely fucking stupid, and stuck for things to do to be that brain dead to go around doing that to other people. But then again, you could say the same about my I'm a unicorn fucking line. And which I don't do half as much as I used to do because my microphone's not working in game now. Right, so let's go try US like we were going to do earlier. And we've tried them all, haven't we, this morning? We've been on US, we've been on EU, we've been on Australia, we've been on Asia. And we're guessing. Where we end up, we're guessing. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I read a Spectrum post by a CIG developer who said, yeah, enabling backers to log into the server of their choice. It's been discussed, it's in the pipeline. We just need to figure out how best to implement it. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I knew it was bullshit when I read the post, because how many fucking different ways can you have of effectively allowing people to log in to the server of their choice, as in a list of servers available and ones that people can click on to log into? How best to implement it? What you're gonna do? Make it a fucking crystal ball thing? You stupid cunts. You're gonna have a list of servers saying active servers, whether that be on a page or on a drop down menu or whatever, and then you're gonna have the ability to click on it or tick a box and then click login or whatever. You know, we just need to decide on how best to implement it. What, you mean it's not in the pipeline, it's not being discussed, and there's no chance of it appearing anytime in the next fucking decade? Is more to the point and the truth. Now, I don't care that that is how it is. I care that I'm being lied to about it, about everything, whether it matters or not. You know, it's like when you come up with something that should be implemented that isn't. CIG will always say, oh yeah, it's in the pipeline. Well, it fucking is now you've mentioned it, yeah, but it wasn't before. So, where are we? We are on US 190 now. I'm seeing a pattern here. I am seeing a pattern. It's like I go on EU. I started off on 160. That was US. Logged into EU 170. Logged into Australia 180. So, no envelopes. So I'm guessing I'm wasting my time again on here. And all I'm doing is running around collecting empty bottles. Anyway. It's... Now, especially when it becomes... When these events become a repetitive phenomenon, like they don't fucking work when they're released, you would think after the third or fourth time of it happening that the developers would say, hang on a minute, wait a minute, this happened last time, and the time before, and the time before that, and the time before that. We've got a pattern going here. Or, oh, it doesn't matter. Are we getting paid? Yeah, well, fuck it then. Everything else, it doesn't matter. Fuck them. As long as they're stupid to keep paying us, we don't give a fuck. Which is, maybe nobody's saying that. Publicly, definitely not publicly, but that is what's happening. And given that there's been a couple of devs on Star Citizen Live who've said, oh yeah, we can scribble something down on a piece of paper and make money out of it. You know, they were talking about ship designs. Oh, we're just fucking scribblings on a piece of paper. We'll sell concept ships. And I'm like, you cheeky bastards. You know, if you're making jokes about it, you're fucking aware of it. So yeah, let's just scribble it down on a piece of paper and it'll sell. I don't know, honestly, don't know how to reconcile with that. Makes me think, hang on a minute. They know exactly what they're doing. This isn't a fucking mistake. This is intentional milking of the fat cow that's best friends with the goose that lays the golden eggs. And rather than work towards the goal of producing a product, they're just milking it for everything they fucking can before then. If everybody stopped spending money on ships and buying stuff on the pledge store, and the only fucking way that CIG could continue was to sell Squadron 42 or Star Citizen, this game would get finished off fucking quickly. I'd absolutely put my life on that. I'd stake my fucking life on that. It fucking would, but the reason that it isn't is because people are still spending money on at the level they are. I mean, I watched a video of Space Tomato recently. I can't remember what date it was, and he said it's been a record-breaking year for CIG. They've made like 300 or 400 million more than they made the previous year. 300 or 400 million dollars more. And it was in the 155. Was it? I'm trying to remember. 155 million sort of region in 2024-25, and now we're looking at 3, 4, 500 fucking $1 million, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, why have people spent $500 million fucking dollars more? In a few years' time, $1 billion is gonna seem trivial. I don't get it. And I'm sure half of these figures are fucking made up. Right, so should we go for a look? Excuse me. No cards, no cards. And it would be nice if I was working at CIG and had anything to do with this. It would be right. Okay, if this is the 16th of February, we would start on the 2nd of February. And it would be a case of, right, Eva Carter, you're up. You will be involved in everything to do with the Red Festival. You're going to test it, you're going to verify it, you're going to make sure it's working, you're going to collect red cards, you're going to go sell them at the admin office. You know, you're going to go fucking looking in all the places where they should be. You're going to report back on places where they aren't. And we're going to make sure that this event is good. I do that with every event, because I don't think there's one that runs back to back with another event. I'm trying to think. Nope, not that I can see or think of. Anyway, this server shit, and that is EU 1B, sorry, US 1B 190. Goodbye. I'm going to see what they're saying on Spectrum, if anything. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Right. Oh, why does he fucking do that? Every fucking time I get an email from Robert Space Industries, it must be trying to download something. It can't download because it fucking locks everything up, and I can't even switch off the window because it's jammed up. Right, what was that? That was US. let's go back to Oz. Let's see what Oz has got to offer us. Australian servers are usually good. We'll see. We're not getting any details yet, but I'm just going to go around different servers, trying different stuff. I can't do anything but that. There's a hell of a lot of people looking for the red envelopes, because that's historically what we do during Red Festival. We go hunting for the red envelopes. I remember one year they were worth like 5,000 each, and if you got a shitload of them, you made a lot of money. But then they changed it to 500, and people complained, well, I can't make as much money now. So you go out and do something else that makes money, you know. So this is O50, Asia Pacific, Southeast, 2A, so that's going to be Australia, isn't it? Aye. Watch where you're pointing that thing. So this is Aussie 050. I don't know. I can't remember if is that one? No, is it? Fuck. It's a shadow. Okay, this fucking global chat. I hate that shit. I hate global chat. Right, what we got here? No, I moved out of your way, you wanker. Why did you move into my way? Arsehole. We'll go have a look, but I'm not confident there'll be any envelopes here. Hey, fuck off or I'll give you brain damage. He don't seem to be very responsive, does he? Anyway, oh, there she is again. She was sat there all day yesterday. No. Huh? I can actually sit down on there. Those pinions are taking a hell of a lot of weight. Oh my god. However, so yeah, it's I can't honestly remember if we've been on this server already. That is the thing. We might be doing things twice on the same server. I should keep a record. I should. In fact, why don't we start doing that right now? Because that is a good idea. So we are on. I'm gonna. Right, so. To a. Oh, shit. Fucking. 050. No, that's the wrong one. Wrong button. I know what I'm doing. That's it. Yep. Now, the last one we were on was USA. US. Oop. Shit. Hang on. US 1B 190, wasn't it? And that was. And before that, it was. It was EU West. And that was 180. So we have our. We've been on Asia Pacific as well. I'm not really sure what that was. Probably 170. We just want to be. Want to be joining servers that we haven't been on. But we're absolutely wasting fucking time now. What CIG needs to do is solve everything so it works like it's intended. In fact, let's have a look at what. Oh yeah, we know about that. Fuck me. Just bear with me. bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I find it really presumptuous when somebody says something that sparks off a discussion and they come back and, oh, it wasn't my intention. Well, why did you say it in the fucking first place then? If it wasn't your intention to spark a debate on the topic, why did you bother saying anything? You knew what you were saying was contentious and that it would be accepted in different ways by different people. So don't then turn around and play innocent fucking Joe. I didn't intend this. Of course you fucking did. That's exactly why you did it. These fuckers that wander in, this is a new guy who's come in from wherever into Ivacate, and they turn up with like fucking choir boy ethics and morality, and you know they've been absolute cunts on SC testing and in general on Spectrum. They're not fooling anyone. You know, they're under the impression that this is an elite group of people that's totally different from everywhere. No, it's not. It's fucking not. It's the same as everywhere else. It's just CIG have pumped up the hype to make you think it's special. How'd you get into Ivacate? Spend a lot of fucking money in a very short time period. Absolutely. And CIG will love you for that and honour you with a position in Ivacate. And that's basically how I got in. A mate of mine who we became friends after joining Ivacate, he joined a month or two after me, did exactly the same thing, said to me, let's make no bones about it, let's not kid ourselves. We're here because we spent a lot of fucking money in a short time period. And I'm like, yep. That's exactly it. Right, so should we change server? I think we should. I think we should change server and get the fuck out of this one. I'm not interested in missions. I'm not interested in anything else. I'm interested in the event because the event is. I've had several emails about the event, and nothing is nothing is occupying my mind like the red. I've been waiting for this for 2 months, almost since Christmas. You know, once Christmas hits, the Luminalia event, and you get that out of the way. The next one is the Snarfstar. He's a great guy. I like Snarfstar. He's not an asshole. He's not opinionated. He just gets on with it. What are we looking at now? We are looking at. Where's my list that I said I was going to make? Oh God, where's my list? Right, so Asia Pacific 050 is what we've just come off. In the cycle of things, we should be going to. No, I don't want to exit. Do you want to exit the game? No. I want to go to EU next. We'll try EU again. And because we've now got our list, we don't want 180. We don't want EU 180 because we've been on 180. So we'll get our shit up again, see if we can find a server. There has to be one server where these are spawning. There has to be. Unless the whole thing is wrecked and none of them work, in which case CIG really should be jumping on it and saying, hang on a minute, we've set the wheels in motion for this Red Festival event. It's not working as intended. We need to fix this. Or they could be taking the wankers way of looking at it. Wait on a minute, we're going to give them, as long as they log in, we're going to give them the red envelope and the stand and everything else anyway. So what's it matter whether the envelopes are spawning or not? Well, just to be a spanner in the works, CIG, that's how it's designed to work. And if it ain't working the way it's designed to work, you've got to fix it so it is. Unless you don't give a fuck, in which case nothing's ever going to get done. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. That isn't that how fucking Star Citizen's been working for the past fucking 9 years or so? When did it actually really? No, not 9 years. 20. When was it? 2017. Yeah, call it 9 years. Since what we know as Star Citizen was released. And yeah, never got any better or worse since. Not much anyway. I mean, for the progress that's been made in all those years of being online, I would expect a normal or any other games company, and I'm not including like Bethesda or Rockstar in this, because they're fucking geared up for making games and churning them out like there's no tomorrow. I think the longest I've ever in GTA, I've seen quite a few problems over the years. GTA 5, and the longest Rockstar has ever taken to fix a known identified issue is like 48 hours, and that is stretching it. Usually it's well within 24 hours. Although there was one time when it stretched over 2 days, and sort of halfway through the second day I'm thinking, fucking hell, this must be a bad problem for Rockstar not to be able to sort this one out. And then it got fixed. And it's like, yep, that's sorry for doubting. And that's 2 days. 48 fucking hours. And yeah, I mean, Rockstar designed their own software. They built their own game engine, you know. They know everything there is to know about what they're doing. CIG, pale in comparison. You know, some issues have been around for nearly 10 years. There was one recently, and where people were on the Spectrum forum complaining that this 9-year-old report had never even been addressed. So what did CIG do about it? They didn't say, actually, you're right, yeah, let's do the right thing and get onto this. No, they fucking deleted the whole forum. They deleted the whole fucking forum, left one post up, which was in response to the complaints about not addressing the issue, and got rid of the rest. It just fills you with confidence, doesn't it? When a company does that and you're thinking, oh, yep, they've done the right thing there. No, you don't think that. You think, what the fuck? If a company's going to get rid of the evidence, how can I trust these fuckers? You know, I've made a genuine complaint about something they didn't do, and instead of address it like any upstanding company would, no, they deleted all the evidence. And that's kind of a big fuck you. Fuck you, we're getting rid of it and we don't care. Right, so no envelopes here. Now, let's be optimistic. Somebody just got there before us, 2 minutes before we turned up. So we will go. We'll do the rounds. We know where they all are, or where they should be. And yeah, whatever. So this is just a complete waste of time. I mean, what else would I be doing if I weren't doing this? Probably considering buying F1 2025 because, yeah, I really want to get that because Lando Norris won the World Championship, and I've been rooting for him for years. And yeah, what's that guy doing? And it's like, I think it's $60 on Steam, and it's down to 25 or 20 or something like that. So might just think about that and go off and play that for a few hours, which will be highly entertaining, rather than wasting fucking time looking for envelopes that don't exist on Star Citizen. And it really would be helpful if CIG came out and said, actually, we've made the envelopes extra rare this year, because if you find an envelope you get 50,000 credits from selling it, but you're going to get the envelope anyway in your hangar, and it'll be your choice whether to sell it for 50,000 credits or keep it for posterity. It's entirely up to you. If you need the money, sell it. If you don't, keep it and put it on your rack, which you'll also get free. If they said that, it would be fucking great, but they don't. They don't say fuck all. They don't say anything about problems. They don't say anything about what to expect. Just go out there and find out for yourselves and waste your time. You wouldn't do it if CIG came out and said, actually, we've started the Red Festival, but the problem is that on 9 out of 10 servers, the red envelopes aren't spawning. Or on 99 out of 100 servers, the red envelopes aren't spawning. You wouldn't fucking bother, would you? You say, all right, well, let me know when you fixed it, and then I'll care enough to waste time. But they can't do that. They never have done that. Like I said earlier, CIG are the worst games company at relaying information about the software. I've never known anybody so bad as CIG. And they just don't care. You tell them they're bad, and a couple of occasions over the years, one or two of the community managers have said, yep, we realise we could do better with communication, and we'll get onto that. Nothing's fucking changed. So it's just pleasantries and words to appease you that don't mean a fuck. They don't intend to do anything more than what they've already done and are doing, or else it would change. Or, with all the best intentions, community manager has said, yeah, we realise we could do better and we are going to do better. And then somebody higher up the chain has said to them, we know you've said this, but fucking forget that. We're not going to put time and resources into keeping people happy. We just want the money, and then they can go fuck themselves. That is the be-all and end-all of pledging for Star Citizen. And it's a harsh thing to realise, but it's true. Give us your money, then fuck off. Right. In fact, perpetually give us your money, then fuck off. Year after year. Not just once, endlessly. Whenever you've got money to spend on Star Citizen, spend it, then go fuck yourself. And I'm pulling a a Denzel Washington face now. You know, when he does the face, when he says something, he knows he's going to be accepted. Argumentatively, he says something, and you just know it's going to spark. He's going to trigger somebody. That face he pulls, yeah, it's fucking true. It's fucking true. I mean, I don't mind some of the stuff that I spend money on the ships. Fucking love my Spirit. Fucking love my Asgard. Didn't have any plans to buy them fuckers. Well, actually, it was Thammers who had an Asgard, and one day he used it for missions and stuff. And one day he said, "Right, I'm logging off now. Exarga, you can take the ship and do what the fuck you like with it. I'm have laugh, blah blah blah. See you later." So I'm flying this ship. I'm saying, "Fucking hell, this is a good ship. I'm going to take this on a combat run, like a bunker or somewhere. See how good it is compared to the Andromeda." So IAE comes up, and I gets an Asgard, and I goes to a bunker, and I takes out the defense turrets easily. I mean, a lot easier than I expected to, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, this is a really great ship, and I'm thinking, if I had a ship like this, would I use it more than I would use the Andromeda? So yeah, I went and took it on another run, and specifically used it for the hide and seek tactics that you do with defense turrets. And it was taking down turrets a hell of a lot easier than what I was doing with the Andromeda. And I'm thinking, yeah, I just need this ship. Unless CIG completely fucking nerf it, and they have done that with certain ships, but unless they completely nerf it and change its attributes to something that's so shit it's not worth using, and in which case I'd have to revise why I owned an Asgard. But right now it's a hell of a ship. It really is a good ship. Love it. There I am with my fucking Asgard Apex glasses. I am just cool as fuck. Yep. And the Spirit, I was interested in the differences between the Zeus and the Spirit, and I'm thinking, okay, the Zeus has got twice as much cargo capacity, almost twice as much as the Spirit. But why would I be choosing one over the other? So I took both out, and I was just doing like collecting Apex classes. I used that as a test bench for every ship. I used the same not mission, but same set of events for every ship, and I evaluated speed, cost of running costs, and flight, and just included quite a few things for every different ship. And when I got to the Spirit, it ticked every fucking box. To my surprise, it ticked every box. I'm trying to think while I'm talking. I'm trying to think of if there was something bad about the Spirit, and no. The only thing bad about the Spirit is the fucking paint job, which I completely got over, because the during towards the end of IAE, CIG or RSI rather, they put a hazard bundle out on the pledge store, which gave you, and this was really fortuitous, this was divine fucking providence for me, it gives you a sterling suit with a hazard livery, and it gives you a hazard paint job for the Spirit. And I'm like, throwing my wallet at my fucking computer screen, you know, give me this fucking bundle. I couldn't buy it fast enough. And then I got that, and it was really awesome. Really good, great looking paint job. Because let's face it, it's all about the fucking paints, isn't it? I mean, the ships are alright, but it's the paints that really. That's what you're there for, is the paints. So then, yeah, that was it was great because I wanted a sterling suit, plus I wanted a decent paint job for the Spirit. That was the only thing missing, was the paint job. A few weeks down the line, and we were talking about paint jobs, and somebody said, "Oh, you want the Olympus paint job for the Spirit, but you can't buy it anymore." I'm like, "Why not?" "Oh, it's a special release, never to be seen again offer." Oh yeah, one of those. You know, one-time offer until next time. That's fucking CIG all over. There's that. You know, give it now with the F8. My mate Sasori buys a fucking F8 with a golden ticket, and that is the only fucking time you're ever going to get hold of an F8. And now they're on sale again. You know, one-time offer until the next quarter. Yeah, right. I mean, it's not how you do business. It's not how you do things. You say one-time offer, you fucking make sure it's a one-time offer. Or else you've just spat in the face of everybody who's gone to the time and trouble of buying that fucking ship. Seriously. I mean, fuck them. You know, fuck them. Fuck the one-time offer. Fuck the money they paid us. We're going to do it again in order to generate. Money's all it seems to be about. The marketing, the strategy, everything. It just seems to be about money. I can't get over this. I've been looking into it recently, and just what it is. It's just money. Anyway, so yeah, the Spirit. It has what wins it for me with the Spirit. It has enough cargo capacity to do small, medium runs. It's got an outer door between the ramp and the cargo bay that's fucking lockable. That's a total security. Nobody's going to get in that fucker. It's got its onboard storage. I think it's got like 1.25 SCU each side, each bed. It's got 2 beds. It's got a tractor beam. It's got a turret. You know, it's fucking really, really great ship. Really great ship. And it ticked every box that I ever had, and I wasn't planning on buying a Spirit. I didn't have any. I know my mate Mav's got one, and when he bought it, I actually said to Mav, I said, "Fuck me, that's the best looking ship in the game. It really does look gorgeous." Never thought I'd be looking at one myself, but yeah, ended up buying one just for that purpose, because it was a really great ship. Anyway, I've talked the balls off a stone donkey. I've wasted enough fucking time. I'm going to go back now and see if anything spawned. It won't have, because it's not working, but we live in hope. And I don't know how... I don't know how long I've been streaming. I'm guessing 3 or 4 hours, maybe? He's gone straight over to the console. Good. So there's nothing here. I am guessing there won't be anything at the back either. I'm going to go look anyway, just to... This is the raw deal. New deal, sorry, not raw deal. It should be called raw deal. This is New Deal, where in years gone by there's been a potential 18 locations inside New Deal where envelopes could spawn. Not do spawn, but could. 18 of them. Get off. I don't want to speak to you. Go away. However, so this is EU 1B050. So I'm going to mark this down on my list. EU 1B. It's EU West 1B, isn't it? So EU West 1B. EU West 1B 050, and that's it. That is good. That's what we want. And we will exit to menu. We'll try the next one. This at least gives me a definite list, a confirmed list of servers that I've been to where red envelopes are not spawning. And I should have done this yesterday. And it would have... I spent a long time yesterday, 6 or 7 hours yesterday doing this shit. And if you think, 7 hours 48 minutes is a standard working day. So I did a full day worth of work yesterday for absolutely no fucking pay or reward. I completely wasted my time, and nobody's going to take any notice of me anyway. I mean, you couldn't have a shitter job than that, could you? Right, so by all accounts, due to our list, we need to go US next. US. Let's see where we end up. So this looks like Shard ID US 1B 190. I think we've been on here, haven't we? Let me have a look at my list. Yeah. US 1B 190 we've already visited. Da 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 da. What did Snafter say? Snafter says, I've been dreaming a lot. I mean, he's talking about Star Citizen. And I said, yeah, RSI Pledge Store. This pledge includes dreams, no guarantees. So even though we have visited US 1B 190 before, I'm going to do a quick run to New Deal. Where turn the goddamn global chat off. Global chat is the worst. What this should do is, what CIG should do is give Knight Rider CIG a reason to exist and put him on fucking global chat. bastard operator from hell, that guy. I mean, some people like him, thinking he does a good job, but no. Not when you're in a position of power over people. And you just treat them like something you want to scrape off the bottom of your shoe. You shouldn't have that job. You know, somebody's doing something that's against the rules or not respectful towards other people or whatever. You take them on one side, you say, look, this is your one and only warning. You either do what you know you should be doing or you don't take part at all. And this is it. And this is just my friendly word to you that if you don't change your ways, you won't be here doing what you do for much longer. And then the stupid cunts will say, yep, absolutely. Go fuck yourself, I'll do it anyway, and they'll get banned. But the sensible people will say, right, yeah, I get it. I push the envelope, and now you've seen what I'm doing. I'll make sure I stay within the guidelines, and then there's no problem. But Knight Rider's like, nah, fuck it, bang, there you go, fuck off, don't care. And I actually thought, people have told me I'm wrong, but I actually thought, and I still do to some extent, CIG Knight Rider is a proxy. He doesn't actually exist as a person, but he's a proxy that other people use in order to pin the blame on somebody for doing all these bastard stuff, because he acts he acts like such a bastard. I can't fucking believe somebody would admit to being him. If I ever met him in real life, I'd probably call him a right wanker. You know, oh, you're CIG Knight Rider. What a cunt you are. You're absolute fucking abysmal at your job, you prick. Who the fuck would put up with your kind of fucking handling every situation? You know, you're just a twat, and you love being a twat. You love that people fucking think it's funny that you're a twat. Therefore, you don't deserve to have a job at all. But there are some cunts on the in the Star Citizen community that need dealing with. Just not like that. Because it just gives the whole thing a bad name and reputation. And whoever thinks that that's acceptable isn't. It isn't acceptable. I'm not talking about being fucking woke or, you know, not upsetting people and feeding the sensitivity or anything like that. I'm talking about treating people with respect and in the right professional way. You know, you are being paid by these people you're dealing with, and you don't deal with them like shit on your shoe. Because sooner or later, it's going to affect like revenue, reputation, that kind of. Fuck off, Exarga. We just made fucking hundreds more millions than last year, so go fuck yourself. Well, that's your attitude. Then I want to be there when the walls come fucking crashing down. And I would want to be there to laugh at you, you fucking asshole, if that's your attitude. Yeah. I mean, I'm not finding any fucking envelopes here. But then again, I didn't expect to, because this is US 190, so where are we next? We are Australia. Australia. So that is... Oh no, we've been to Australia. It's Asia next. Confirm. Yeah, I'm not knocking the people that spend the money on Star Citizen. I just won't be doing it myself in to that degree, in that capacity, to that extent. Right, Asia. We need to go Asia. Dun, 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 dun. So this looks like Asia Pacific East 1A. Oh, this might be promising. This might be promising. Asia Pacific East 1A. Zero 1 0. Pacific East 1A 010. Right, okay. Just right. Okay, so off with the global chat, and we'll turn that off as well. Now this could be good. The lower down the server in the list, and it's not always the case, but 010 is like the first server in the list, and usually the one that gets dealt with as a priority over the others. If you get a higher one, that is you know, like 190, that is indicative of a server that's later on in the list that you're going to get a better player experience from, because it hasn't got so many people on it, whereas the lower ones, they get people joining first. So what we want is lower ones right now. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I mean, I've even found envelopes against these pillars before. So, you know. Where's the rest of my... Oh, God, whatever. We'll have a look up in New Deal first. And these on here, I often wonder if people put them on there to stop the fucking things from spawning. Because there are some that spawn there. However, let me... How do I... No. Carry that. How do I throw? Store. How do I throw this fucking thing? You know when I want to throw something and I can't manage it, and when I don't want to throw something, it throws it automatically. I'm just gonna fucking throw it on the floor. I wanted to throw it over the railing, but anyway. Doesn't look to be any... Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing here. I was playing around with ChatGPT yesterday, and I said to it, I said, "What are the locations of red envelopes spawning in Lawville, Teaser Spaceport?" And it said, "Oh, the under the benches and blah 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 blah. Look by the decorations." And I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about? Which benches? There are no decorations." It came back. It said, "You are correct. My information was based on blah 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 shit that I'm not even going to explain properly. Gonna waste your time. But you are right, and the information I had was wrong." And I said, "Right, okay." I said, "Let me give you a tip. There are 18 possible places where red envelopes can spawn in the New Deal showroom in Lawville." It came back. It said, "In Lawville, in Star Citizen, you will find red envelopes spawning in the New Deal showroom." And does somebody put one here? I can no. And that's all it wanted to talk about, because I'd given it a little bit of fucking truthful information. That's all it would output. And I'm like, "Oh, hang on. You didn't fucking know about this until I told you about it. Now you're using my factual, verified fucking knowledge as stated fact." I said, "Rather than go and investigate and find your own answers, you're using what I've given you as proof. Isn't that totally pretentious?" And it's like, you're right, okay, I won't give you any more advice based on the information you've given me. And I said, "Right, so where are envelopes known to have spawned within the past 48 hours in Star Citizen?" And it came back, "Couldn't find any verified information." You're fucking useless. You are completely fucking useless. All it wanted to do was take what I told it and use that as evidence. You know, I could have gone on and said Exaga's dick is 12-inch long and fucking 6-inch girth, and, you know, would it have taken that as fact? No, it would have said, those are internet inches. No, there's nothing here, is there? Whatever. So, no, I'm not even going to bother wasting fucking time. So, okay. This is Asia Pacific East 1A 010. I've got that listed, haven't I? Just bear with me. Pacific East 1A. Yeah. Right, so now it's Aussie. We go back to Aussie after this one. But how many servers do you need to log into before you're successful? And how much time is it going to take? Because this is the main factor of why I've got a problem with it. You should, by all rights, be able to log in. First server you log into and expect it to be the event that is intended. But that's not the case. You know, all I've got is a handful, 5 or 6 people that said they've found envelopes. No verification, not even a screenshot. No video, nothing. And then I've got tons of other people who are saying they haven't seen an envelope once. And those who said they've got one, obviously that's a positive. It would be useful if they had some evidence for that. And plenty of people going around saying things are happening or things get done when they don't, or they're just saying it for attention or whatever. Everybody knows that that's the thing. There's no reason why you would go around saying, actually, I haven't seen one fucking envelope ever. You know, it's not on you to prove a negative, it's on you to prove positive. So if you've got an envelope, show us a screenshot, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Right, Oz. We'll go next. I'm not generally a doubter, it's just that with so many people saying, you know, the comparison between people who can't find envelopes to people who can, it is like 99 say no, 1% says yes. It's those kind of odds. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to think about the comparison between what's working and what's not. But even if it's like 20 minutes, half an hour, that's acceptable. Any longer than that, and you've got to start questioning whether it's fucking worth it or not. If I find a server where envelopes are spawning, I'm going straight on Spectrum and I'm going to say, right, everybody add me to their friends list, get on this fucking server, let's spread the word that this server's spawning red envelopes. CIG be like, right, fucking admins, get that fucking server stopped now. They've found red envelopes that are working. Fuck them. Yeah, right. Didn't you get the memo? Every event from this day forward is supposed to be fucked. Signed, Chris Roberts. Yeah, right. It's 050. Let me just check my... We've fucking been on this. Asia Pacific Southeast 2A 050. We've fucking been on this one. So I'm gonna log straight out. I mean, it's gonna be what? Late at night now in Australia. I think they're like 10 or 11 hours in front of us. And it's 11 o'clock in the morning, or nearly 10 past 11 in the morning. So that might be I'm surprised I haven't got any fucking friends online. Actually it is. Yeah, Snafter's on my friends list, but wait a minute. So see. Yeah. Jesus. Gotten the Owl the Wise, the omnipotent, omniscient fucking guru of Star Citizen has just said some new software's on the way, and it's a third-party tool that's in alpha testing. What? Why the fuck would I be interested in this shit? And it's not new software. What the fuck would I want to use this? I've got enough fucking problems with one alpha test software, which is Star Citizen. Why would I want to be getting involved in another one that may or may not work? Might work fucking perfect, but you know, Star Citizen doesn't. So why are you building tools to work with Star Citizen when it's fucking unstable? It makes me laugh, does that? Jesus, you know, get it working on websites that are stable, like the RSI Pledge Store or RSI Status, for example. What else could you base it on? I'm trying to think. What else apart from the software that's fucked and buggy is reliable? Yeah, I don't know. What are we on? What are we on next? We want to try Aussie. We want to get on a. We want to get on an Aussie server that's not 050. Ah, this is 010. This is fucking great. Right, so Asia Pacific 2A, Southeast 2A 010. This is totally different. Yeah, this is great. So I'll make a note of that on the list. Asia Pacific Southeast 2A. 010. Right. Good enough. Good enough. Each to their own, you know. You don't have to all do the same thing, but nah. Some new software on the way. Some new alpha software that is as reliable as Star Citizen. Wow. So it's definitely 010. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I always press the wrong button there. So I should have started doing this yesterday, tracking the servers. It's surprising, you forget how many servers you've visited and which ones they are. And after a day of fucking around, you've really got a long list of servers. The fuck is that? The fuck is that? Is that Synergy? Is that a bottle of Synergy gone wrong? Yeah. Alright. Well, we might as well. I don't know. I haven't checked any user figures or, you know, body foot counts or anything while I've been on here. Right, so again, None under the front desk. None that I can see. I'm gonna submit another fucking support ticket. I am. With an invoice for my fucking time, testing time, you know. They tell me to fuck off, but I'm like, well, you want me to pay you for this? You better start paying me for me fucking wasting my time on what you think is worth paying for. It's only fucking right. Yep.
Let's pick up the pace, people.
Why don't you go fuck yourself? Or do you want to make something of it, cunt? Ah, call your fucking mates, you're gonna need them. Bastard. Fucking hate Eastern Security. Right. Pick up that pace. Now he looks like, what do they call him now? Liberty Media. Chase something. His name's Chase. It's a really weird name. I often think that the name Chase should have been Chesney, but your parents were stoned when they fucking wrote your name. I mean, what is the fuck is that? What's going on down there? There's got to be something down there that's... It's like a waiting area, isn't it? Gate... What's that say? Gate... Oh god, I can't even fucking read it. 516B. So if that's gate 58516B, why do we have to go... What gate is that? I don't get it. Okay. Anyway, this is a washout, this server. There's fuck all on this server. I'm gonna have a look anyway, just on the off. There's nobody here, right? It's dead, it's deserted. It's a morgue. Absolutely no one here. The guards are all where they should be. They're not out of place because somebody with a crime star or something's been here. And it's unusual for the guards all to be in the correct positions and no fucking envelopes.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
Yeah, right. Shall we? No. Wasted the fucking time.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors.
It's not in our interests. There's no... In fact, we might as well log out here. There's no envelopes here. And that was Asia Pacific Southeast 28010. Now we go back to US. In fact, I might do it in a slightly different order this time. And here we are. Let's say the prices in Australia are fucked. Don't know about that. Don't care about that. Right, so this is US 1B 190. We've already been on US 1B 190. No point in being here. Excuse me. So, log out, try again. No, it's fucking same one. So what I don't like about logging into Star Citizen is this random lottery. When you don't want it to be the same server, you get the same server endlessly. When you want it to be the same server, it never fucking gives it you. It does seem that temperamental. And it doesn't fucking matter which server people join. I mean, CRG think that they're doing themselves a favour by having it in this format. But really, excuse me, people are going to join whatever server they want to be on. Some people might not care. In fact, what I want to do, I want to get out of this. Some people might not care and just join randomly anyway. But some people who, say you had a group of friends and you say, right, I'm on US server US 1B 060. And everybody says, right, I'll join that server. Right now, they fucking can't. They've got to add you as a friend or join you as a friend or whatever. And that's another fucked up system that doesn't always work as well. So, you know, given that all these problems and, you know, not going by the mandate, motto, mantra, whatever you call it, it's an alpha. Fuck that. It's been an alpha for how long? How long will it be an alpha? Forever, yeah. So you can put all this bullshit under that fucking banner of it's an alpha. We're not good at what we do. We just produce software that's so fucking buggy it's sometimes unplayable you can't even log in. It's an alpha. No, the ship you've just spent fucking $600 on, you can't see in your hangar, therefore you can't fly it. It's an alpha. Right, shall we try again? I'm waiting for it to come up. US 1B190. Same fucking server. Right, we'll go Europe again. Let's see if we can get on a different server. We've just been bouncing around this fucking US 1B190. And we know it's no fucking good. We've been on it before. But yeah, I mean, everything that does go wrong, can go wrong, or has gone wrong is because it's an alpha. And no, it's not because it's an alpha. It's because CIG can't manage it, don't want to manage it, or what other reasons could there be? You know, it's not possible. I mean, I was talking to Thammers the other week about Derek Smart and what he fucking said. Some of what Derek Smart said at the time, back in 2019, was correct. That not everything that Chris Roberts was proposing as this is what we're going to do was possible. You know, there were a few things that Chris Roberts had gone to, gone into the realms of science fiction quite fucking literally and said, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It's going to be possible for you to do this in Star Citizen. Well, not with the current technology, it wasn't. And that's what Derek Smart was right about. The way that Derek Smart went about it was wrong. You know, this is not, it's not his place to tell Chris Roberts what to do. And he thought it was. And for that, Derek Smart can go fuck himself, as far as I'm concerned. You know, when you start expecting people to take notice of you because you've got more right than them to be correct and heard, then you're entitled and you can go fuck yourself. Right, turn off the... what is this? US 1B190. Get off this. And it's funny, you know, when you talk to people about the Chris Roberts, Derek Smart bickering, I think is what the right word to phrase it as. You know, the arguing, the bickering, the just the not even debate. It was way below discourse. They always pick a side. You're either right or wrong on whatever side you're on, and no, that's not how I operate. I look at both sides and I say, okay, you know, Star Citizen is Chris Roberts' project. He dictates the way it goes. Not Derek Smart, who's no different from you or me. He's a backer. You know, Chris Roberts spent, 4 or 5 weeks giving Derek Smart a fucking refund, cancelling his account, and giving him a refund. That would have happened after 3 or 4 days with me. Because I saw where it was, I would have seen where it was going. Or I would have ended up at worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for me would be, I really dislike what this bastard's doing and how he's doing it, therefore I'm going to cancel his account and give him a refund. Let's do that now before it gets there. Let's save ourselves the time and trouble and giving this bastard a platform on which to vent or whatever. Let's just fucking cancel his account and give him a refund. And that's what I would have done after 3 or 4 days of that shit. But Chris Roberts put up with it for what, 4 or 5 fucking weeks or more? I don't actually know how long it went on. Derek Smart has been involved in certain games development, and Chris Roberts has been involved in a hell of a lot more games development, mainly around the Wing Commander series of games where he had more or less ultimate control. I mean, it's a different era, a different platform. Derek Smart's fucking space epic battlecruiser 3000 AD or whatever it was didn't even get off the fucking ground. And I think there's a lot to be said about that. But, you know, you've got to take everything into account. What I don't agree with is when you're having a discussion about something that's nothing to do with you, and people say, oh, you're fucking wrong. I'm wrong about what? Talking about it. Or I'm wrong for not thinking the same as what you do. And I haven't got time for people like that. So close-minded. And when you're not able to... We're going to go to Asia next while I'm talking. You know, if you're not able to accept somebody else's point of view, there is no point in having a discussion, because all you're doing is enforcing yours. You're not willing to take on anybody else's. They may have nothing to fucking offer you that you're willing to listen to, but you've got to give them the courtesy of being heard out, just like you want to be heard out. You start talking and somebody says, well, hang on a minute. No. You're a wanker. You don't deserve the time to speak because your opinion doesn't fucking agree with mine. Therefore, shut the fuck up. You'd be like, what? What kind of fucking arsehole are you? You fucking tyrannical, autocratic prick. They'd be like, yep, if you don't like that, fuck off. All right, I'm fucking off. Bye. That's how you would expect to be. You know, that's what your opinion would be when you come across people like that. And it doesn't matter how you tone it down or how you sugarcoat it. You don't want to be dictated to. You want to be told. You don't want to be told that what you have to say doesn't matter because it doesn't agree with somebody else. You don't want to hear that shit. And any inference or hint that that's what it is, you're not going to bother. What are we on? We're on Asia Pacific 1A050. We haven't been on here. This is a new server for us. Okay, this is an adventure, isn't it? Right, so, how do I know? Because it's not in my fucking list, and it is now. Right, so, I am very opinionated, you know. There's certain things that I believe that when somebody comes along and says, nah, I don't agree with you, mate. Well, fine. I will still hear them out. I won't interrupt them and say, well, stop! Stop! What you're saying is heresy. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to endorse it. Therefore, shut the fuck up. You're wasting your time. No. I will still give them that time to speak. You never know. They may say, I think this because you know, let's say in the extreme, there aren't such a thing as blue fluffy bunnies, and if there were blue fluffy bunnies, I would endorse it wholeheartedly. Otherwise, no. And you would think to yourself, fuck me, they're right. Blue fluffy bunnies is the way to go. You know, if blue fluffy bunnies existed, I'd be all in. But they might not say that. They might say, oh, fucking hell, turn this global chat off. They might say, you know, it doesn't seem to support Star Trek Diversity's latest episode, so I'm not even interested. And I would think, fuck this opinionated prick. What the fuck does it matter? Whoa. Star Trek fucking Diversity. It's Star Trek Discovery. However, you might as well call it Star Trek Diversity for the amount of fucking diversity that's in it. It's got absolutely everything, hasn't it? We're eating somebody else's food now. That's great. I fucking love that. What the fuck? Still no menu. Right. Actually, I want some selfies. I want some really fucking cool selfies. I've got ideas for these selfies. Yeah. And the ideas, is that gonna... Yeah, that's... Oh, man. I can get 3 fucking bottles of full... Right, if anybody doesn't know, Wikipedia, if you ever watch this video, I'm going to show you what I've been trying to get you to address for 3 fucking years or more. Right, I've got 3 bottles of empty Synergy in my backpack. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to carry one. In fact, I'm going to have a drink of some as well. So, carry. Right? Empty. Oh, 100% in my hand. Empty. So, close. Open. Get another one. Carry. And that is 100%. 100%. And it's not going the way I fucking want. Hang on a minute. Carry. So 100%. 100%. So we stack them. Then we carry that. We're going to have to do it this way around because it's changed a bit. Have they been fucking around with this? So close that. Open it again. So it's 100%, 100%. So I'm going to have to... see, that won't change to 100% because I've only got... It's not in a stack. I'm trying to work out a way. If I pop this on the ground... Carry that. So that's 100%, that's 100%. Right, so let's try this one. So I pick that up. And now we can do it. Now we do carry. Get out of my fucking way, you prick. Interfering with this shit, honestly. Right, that's it. We managed it. 3 bottles. We got 3 empty bottles of Synergy, turned them into 3 full bottles of Synergy, just by manipulation of the hand and... Oh, fuck off, you Ninetales wearing armour prick. I'm trying to fucking do something here. Actually, I'm stood in the middle of a public walkway, so... that's not going to be acceptable behaviour, but it is because it's me doing it. And anyway, that's how you do the the Synergy Infinite fucking cruise stuff. So, what's this? Fucking ice cream. Come on, carry it. Carry it. I haven't got anything in my hand. Carry. No, it's not interested in that, is it? Right, anyway. Unfortunately, there are no no red envelopes. However, I don't know, mate. Yeah. When you gonna go back for the second half of your haircut? I used to say that to people. Hey, that's good. When you're going back to get the second half done, and they'd be like, "You cheeky bastard." Half an haircut. You were lucky. Luxury. God, there's no fucking tickets. Right, so Asia Pacific 1A, sorry. 010 050 is no fucking good. None on here. Are we going to be absolutely 100%? Should we go and look? Because we've been all over Lawville. Literally. All over Lawville. And it seems that the devs in placing these, they place them in the same, this is how fucking lazy they are. And I'm not looking to apportion blame or rebuke on any of them, but the Luminalia gifts and the Red Festival envelopes spawned in exactly the same fucking places. Not in a few instances, but exclusively. And I'm going back 3 or 4 years ago now, where the Luminalia gifts and Red Festival envelopes were exactly in the same place as each other. And I used to think to myself, lazy bastards. So they've had somebody go around and set down a load of markers, and they use those exact markers for both envelopes and gifts. Yeah, it's just a can't be asked fucking way of doing it that shows you can't be asked. Let's not bother. Let's not put time into it. They've got enough fucking people, manpower, and money to do this. So it's right and stays right. But nah, fuck that. Let's do as little work as possible, cutting every fucking corner we can, and then blame it on the fact that it's an alpha. No. No, that's not my idea of something that I can buy into and swallow as being credible. More like, you could have done a better job, you didn't, and you blame it on the fact that it's an alpha. Well, whose fucking fault is that? Whose responsibility is it that it's still an alpha? Not the fucking backers. Hang on a minute. So there's none in the there's none in the New Deal showroom. No envelopes that I can see. This is going to be a waste of fucking time. And I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, oh god, why am I bothering? I know it's going to be the same as what it is. I mean, maybe CIG's done this on purpose. No, he's looking. He's definitely looking. You don't go over there unless you're looking for envelopes. Because there's fuck all over there. So he knows where to look, and he's doing the same as me. Hang on. Why did that happen? Why did that happen like that? And I wanted this bottle, but the problem is that getting back out of here is a pain in the arse. Oh, and I did it first time. All right. Yeah, he's looking as well. And the graphics is weird. What are my graphics set on? Graphics is Vulkan. I'm on Vulkan graphics here. Jesus! I thought I was on DirectX. Confirm. Because my upscaling, everything else is set to it's set up for DirectX, and I'm seeing a lot of shit graphics, and I'm thinking these graphics are shit. However, what I'm going to do is get off this. In fact, no, we're going to quit game. We'll quit game from Asia Pacific 050, log back in again. And we'll be going trying US. US is the only one we can't change server. It's that 190 server that we're changing on. Star Citizen is not responding. Close program. I don't give one. What is this? This is the normal launcher. So what we'll do, just bear with me, the screen will be black while I do this. We'll go to RC launcher. This is the tester's launcher. Usually you only get the RSI launcher, but testers get the RC launcher as well. So I'll try the live 112.188.23 live doody. Should be coming up any minute. We'll try with this one. Not that it makes any difference, but sometimes you get issues with the RC launcher that you don't get with the RSI launcher, and the difference between them, I call the RC launcher RC, and the normal launcher that everybody uses, the RSI launcher. It's the only difference. Right, it's just coming up now, and you should be able to see it. Oh, God. Just bear with me. Yep, there we are. Right, we want USA. So we'll try USA. And we'll bring up the and this is US 1B 170, so at least it's different from the 191 we couldn't get off. So yeah, So after we've joined on this server, hang on, let me just sort this out here. Let's see. Excuse me. After we've joined to US1B 170, we will have joined 8 servers. This is the only one left that, since I started recording the different servers, this is server number 8 that we visited today. I've visited a lot more, it's just that I didn't record the first sort of 3 or 4, did I? However, fingers crossed we'll find one that's got working envelopes. And if what people have said, the handful of people that have collected the envelopes, if what they've said is to be believed, then yes, some servers are working. Or is it an anomaly as far as the code goes? Did it glitch or error and made an envelope available even when that's the expected behaviour? That's the question. You don't know because you're not told. And the lack of information leaves you guessing, which is no good in a testing environment. Again, that's on CIG, nobody else. The communication is fucking paramount. And you don't want to be misinforming or failing to inform anybody about anything in test software because they don't know what they're dealing with. And, you know, I've had people come to me and say, oh God, I did this and your software did this. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Well, that's not documented. Well, no, because what you're doing is so fucking weird. I didn't think anybody would use it like that, but obviously you have. Well, you're wrong. You're going to have to document it now, all because of me. And it's like, yeah, what I'll do, I'll stop you from fucking doing it. That's more likely. Then I don't have to document fuck all. But, you know, this is what people are like. Unless you tell them absolutely chapter and verse. Like, one guy recently, only within the past sort of few days, 16th of February, I think it was, he points out a problem with the SAPI website. And the header says this, it says micro SD, but it's talking about SSD. And he did like a 3-paragraph fucking rundown of the problem. And I replied, and I said, so what is the actual problem? You know, winding him up because what he's written was not descriptive enough or in some way not appropriate for the problem that he was reporting. And it was. I knew all he needed to do was say, right, this paragraph on the installation page, it says micro SD, but it should say SSD. That's all he needed to say. But no, he went into so much fucking detail. I got bored. I got bored reading it. It took me less than 10 seconds to fix the problem. I fucking highlighted micro SD card and, well, micro SD, I highlighted that and put SSD. You know, replacing the whole fucking thing, so it didn't read micro SD card, it read SSD. And it took literally 10 fucking seconds to log in and make that change. And the guy must have spent 3 or 5 minutes writing all that fucking out. And I just think to myself, it's good to inform people when there's no, where there's ambiguity. So there's no like question of what people are talking about. It's always good. But he was going on about, I got confused because, you know, my entire solution, my entire installation was halted and I had to start again because you said micro SD card when you should have said SSD. Well, the heading said micro SD. The rest of the information talked about SSD. So it's fucking clear what the information's about. And this guy's like so dramatic. And I'm like, nah, I don't do this kind of shit. If there was really any substantiated fucking confusion over what it was, you can always ask the question. But no, you have to go overboard and, oh yeah, we affected. I was trying to install for 3 days because I couldn't understand it because of one fucking wrong word. One word that should have said SSD that said micro SD. I've obviously copied the heading from somewhere and forgot to change SSD to micro SD to SSD. And this is what the world's come to. It's full of people who spend more time correcting others than correcting themselves. And there's it's a new found vocation. Blame the other guy. I haven't got time for that shit. Somebody's obviously been around here. I'm wondering if they're just throwing cans under the... just to make you think there's something there. This guy's looking for something. There's nothing up here unless you're looking for envelopes. So... yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing that the rest of it is a washout, but pretty much know it is. They're not spawning. They are not spawning. I mean, we could go to Microtech or Area 18 or Crusader and waste time there just as much as we were wasting time here. But I know the results are going to be the same. Is it? Somebody might say, oh, it might just be DGS. No. No. The reason I say that is because people on different servers in different DGS in different situations are all saying no fucking cards are spawning. And for the 5 or 6 over the past 2 or 3 days that have said, oh, I found a card, you know, nobody else reportedly found anything on the same DGS on the same server as them. Which is the questionable part of it. If people said, oh yeah, I'm on the same server as you and I found one too, that would substantiate it. You know, that would give it credence as much as anything. That would prove it beyond a doubt that that server was working. But nobody said that this far, and that's why I'm half in mind that these people are just making shit up. Oh, I found one. Anyway, we might as well log out of here. Oh, but you're not doing your due diligence, exactly. You need to run around first and make absolutely fucking sure. Right, okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to say to all those fucking people that would even think that, I fucking told you so. You pedantic, captious pricks. Wasting my fucking time. Right, nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing. Oh, but it's an alpha. Somebody could have come along 2 minutes before you and picked up the card. Do you really think so, given that there's no other fucking cards anywhere else? Do you really think that that's the case? Well, it could have happened. I'll tell you what could happen. I come round, knock on your door, you answer the door, I hit you over the fucking head with a baseball bat. Yeah? Because that's probably the best thing that could happen to fucking people like that. Oh, wait a minute. No fucking envelopes. Oh, it might be one on the platform. Right, okay. Right. Yeah, you're right. Under the seats, which is where that one is there. On top of these fucking... No, nothing there. Nothing there. No, nothing there. Nothing there.
Platform edge when train is approaching.
Now, sometimes there's one on the edge here. Sometimes there's one on the seat here, but... No, nothing there. Oh dear. Do you know what it seems? It seems like there's no fucking envelopes.
Or attempting to trespass.
Yeah, there is. You just missed them. You just came at the wrong time. Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. Okay. It's an alpha Wales chest, but you can't fucking blame it on me on it being an alpha. Yeah. Now, with 2, we have to put 1 in our thing. Open that like that, and then carry this. Right? And that gives us... Yeah. Oh no, let's turn that one fucking empty now. Right, so... CIG have been fucking with this. I know they have, because it's not working the same as it always does. Right, so that's fine. So what I need to do now is get that one in my hand.
Or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
And... Right. Whatever. I am gonna dump these bottles central business. There is no... You see the devs in dropping the checkpoint markers for these gifts and envelopes never went to the business district. Oh, where's the nearest fucking... Where's the nearest you know what I'm talking about. Storage access. Right. What I want to do is this. 2, 3, split those. And cruise looks okay, so they should go. I started off, I've got 10 bottles so far. 10 bottles of Lux. Now I can log out. In fact, why don't I? Oh, you're missing bottles. You could be one on this US 1B170 server. There could be one. You never know. Better go check. Yeah, I'm gonna waste my fucking time doing that. I think I've done this enough times now to know I've become pretty much fucking au fait and an expert on it. But no, we'll go check. Oh, what a letdown! What a disappointment! No fucking envelopes. None there. None on that desk. None on that desk. None on the back desk. None here. Oh dear. Oh, well, it's going to be something else. It's going to be something you've done. It's, you know, it's... oh, there's another bottle here. There's not going to be anything wrong with the software. And if there was, it's because it's an alpha. Yeah, right, okay. It's an alpha, that's why it's not working right. It's an alpha, that's it. That's the be-all and end-all alpha. Yeah. Somebody actually fucking said that to me yesterday. I can't remember his name, but... You know, I said I don't take kindly to people using that as a be-all and end-all of everything, answer to everything, because it isn't. You know, it's like an alpha is its own entity, and you know you can't blame CIG for not doing something or doing something because it's an alpha. Whose fucking responsibility is that? It's not like a force of nature or an act of fucking God, is it? It's well within CIG's remit and responsibility and accountability to progress this fucking software forward. So yeah, I took the piss out of that guy, big time. Let me. Oh no, we're gonna leave that on. We'll leave that on. Get out of that. I have actually seen there's a lot more people, and I don't know if this is related, but it does seem like I don't believe in coincidence, but it does seem like a bit of a coincidence that because it's not, you know what I mean? It's not a coincidence. That's why it's a coincidence. If you're with me, there's a lot of people stood around just doing nothing. And I'm thinking what they're doing is they're tabbed out in a browser looking for solutions to this problem. I've seen a lot of people doing that. However, we will just we will. That's what we're going to do. So this is US 170, and the next we go to is the EU. Let me just sort out my list. Right. In fact, bear with me. Be right back. 30 seconds. Okay, we're back. Right, so what did I say? EU. I want to try and get on another US server right now. In fact, I'm going to ask on. I'm just seeing who's online and who's available for me to join. Safety first. He's I don't know what server he's on, but on Bad Wolf's online. However, let's get off this. Return to exit to. This is US 1B 170. I'm just trying to cover as many servers as I can, given the options, which are limited. Limited to randomness and fuck knows what else. It's a really bad way of working. How to ensure you player base stays together on the same server, switching regions or whatever, and with Star Citizen you've got no fucking chance. To say that CIG some would say coding towards multiplayer experience, well, no, they're not. It's complete fucking randomness of single player experience that makes multiplayer experience almost impossible. Well, join a party and do that. Well, parties don't fucking work. Yeah, but it's an alpha. Oh, fuck off. Assholes. Let me add friends. So, invite sent. Safety first day. He's online. Who else is online? Who the fuck is Colan? I know Cologne. He's a mate of mine. But Colan? Who else did we say? Oh, Bad Wolf. How do they spell Bad Wolf? Oh, come on. Where's fucking Bad Wolf? Have you heard the news? Bad_Wolf1. Right. Bad_Wolf1. Excuse me. So, Safety First has accepted it. We'll see where he is. Dun, 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 dun. And this is US 1B190. This is I think, is it a different one? Let's have a see. US 1B190. No, this is not a fucking different one. This is the same server as what we were on that we couldn't get off before. God. Is it lunchtime yet? I mean, I don't want to, my aim and idea of streaming Star Citizen is not to pull it apart and knock it. And be critical. But there's so many opportunities to do so, and flaws, and yeah, but it's an alpha. No, I don't care if it's an alpha. All I'm doing is looking for. So this is US 1B190, which we don't want to be on. I'm looking for a server where I can get a red envelope for the Red Festival, which I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to be possible. I don't know whether it's on the cards or feasible. Likely, unlikely. I really don't. Let's see where we are. I can't. There must be more than 2 US servers active right now. There has to be. All we've seen is 170 and 190. However, I'm finding it difficult to locate people who are actually online. Do 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 do. Okay, well that's weird. Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. And it looks like Safety First State has logged out anyway, so I am gonna reasonable view. This is a different one, isn't it? This isn't 190. This is 020, US 1B020. Right, so US, what is it? US East 1B020. And yeah. Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum. We'll see what it's like when we log in here. I know for people watching right now, it's really, really boring. It's not pew pew or ownage or succeeding in anything except cycling through servers to see if the USB, you know what I'm talking about, the Red Festival. I don't know where I got USB from. I'm thinking about something else. That's weird. How the outside of the yellow bit, you know, the outside of the yellow bit is worn and scuffed, and the inside is pretty much fucking perfect. Bit of scuffing, but not as much as the other bits. And I'm thinking to myself, it's the wrong way around. The inside should be scuffed and the outside should be pretty much pristine and perfect. Do 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 do. All right. So I'm feeling good about this because it's he's looking for envelopes. Absolutely 100% he's looking for envelopes. And we ain't seen any yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. No, baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. doom, doom. I'm gonna make you log in, and all you're gonna do is regret. Doom, doom. Yeah, yeah, baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Doom, doom. You ain't seen no red envelopes yet. Doom, doom. No, 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 baby, you just ain't seen no red envelopes yet. I'm gonna make you waste time like you never gonna forget. Doom, doom. No, 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 baby, you just ain't gonna get any red envelopes yet. Okay, now. Anyway, that is what was, what will be. Jesus. All these fucking bottles here. And I'm guessing, not that I've been told, but why would you put all the cans there instead of throwing them on the floor? Because that's where the fucking red envelopes spawn. So people are putting them there to stop the red envelopes spawning. Maybe that affects other red envelopes spawning. I don't know, because CIG don't fucking tell us. So, you know, you're guessing if you say it does or it doesn't. When you're ready. However, who fucking Ray? Jesus Christ. So we'll put them all in one. So, US 020. I'm gonna pin my hopes on there is a large distinct possibility that the 0P0 month is no fucking good. Zero 20. And I don't have any problem with going searching. I just have a problem with going searching in vain. And just at the minute, this is totally in vain. You ain't seen nothing yet. Down, down, and baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. That's because there is nothing to see, and you're gonna be wasting your time. Ba ba. All right. I'm not even going to go into Lawville. That is a complete fucking waste of time. What I will do is there's never ever any red envelopes anywhere except at the inside of the spaceport. So going on the train is a complete waste of time. However, I mean, you've got 3 storage access here, and I'm just wondering why you need. Yeah, the more the merrier. I mean, okay. LaSalle, voice centralist, whatever. So yeah, this is another washout. There's no, it'll annoy me because in like 5 days' time, CIG will fix something and all this will be working as designed, and I'll be thinking, why couldn't you done this from the get-go? Why couldn't you done this from the fucking start? To save people from wasting time and driving themselves crazy by you not doing things properly. Right, yeah, I think, what are we on now? This is US 1B020. It's lunchtime. I should go for some lunch. Maybe come back a little bit later. I think that'll be a really good idea because I'm getting nowhere fast on this. So, yeah, we'll exit to menu. And what does I can't read that name. Pranav Gal. Yeah, sorry, mate. I can't read you. What is this? This is Star Citizen. If you've not heard of Star Citizen, it's a space combat trading, crafting, mining simulator. Go look it up on the internet. But now it's lunchtime, so I'm going for some lunch. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all in the second half of today's stream. Have a good one. Bye for now.